Hello, and a very warm welcome. Charles Leclerc on pole for the Australian Grand Prix. A dominant pole, really, not even close. I predicted it in the WhatsApp group that Leclerc would be on pole, and he is. And he's in the form of his life, really, isn't he, Charlie? Championship leader, second pole of the season. Yeah, jumping into Q1, Sebastian Vettel back after missing the first two rounds with COVID. I mean, what a weekend he's had. An issue in practice 1, the scooter incident. Then misses practice 2. Practice 3, he had a crash. Then he was going to miss qualifying. A red flag came out. He managed to get one lap in. Speeding in the pit lane. What a disaster for Sebastian. Then we saw a very strange incident between Latifi and Stroll. Latifi moved out the way to let Stroll through, and then Stroll turned into Latifi. I would say 50-50, very strange incident. A lot of damage to Latifi's car and Lance Stroll. And then Alex Albon stopped out on circuit at the end of Q1. And obviously he takes a penalty, which is nonsense. Into Q2 and Perez under investigation for going fast under yellows. We see what happens with that. And Q3 we saw Fernando Alonso. Fernando Alonso's been on fire, guaranteed to be 5th, and he crashed due to a hydraulic issue. Star of Qually, Lando Norris. So yeah, wow. So P1, Charles Leclerc, a dominant pole. It's not even close. It's so easy for Leclerc. He's on fire at the minute. P2, Max, probably the best he could do. P3, Sergio Perez, under investigation. We'll see what happens with that. P4, Quali star, Lando Norris. That's a fantastic effort. McLaren seem a bit better around Melbourne, which is positive as a McLaren fan. Yeah. P5, Lewis Hamilton. Very worrying, isn't it, when Mercedes are getting beat by McLaren. McLaren who have been poor the first 2 rounds, and Mercedes are getting beat by them. P6, George Russell. Wasn't happy with Lewis driving slowly. 7th, Daniel Ricciardo, home event. A decent effort by Ricciardo, but still behind his teammate. 8th, Esteban Ocon. Alpine have not delivered. They should have been higher than that. 9th, Carlos Sainz with a disaster. That is a disaster by Carlos Sainz. Luckily for him, he's in a quick car, can come through the field. 10th, Fernando Alonso. Probably the biggest letdown, because he should have been 5th. He's been on fire. And then that hydraulic issue, couldn't select 3rd, hit the barrier. 11th, Pierre Gasly. 12th, Valtteri Bottas. That brings his Q3 record is over. 13th, Yuki Tsunoda. 14th, Guan Yu Zhou. Yeah, Alfa Romeo. They've consistently been in Q3. Out in Q2. So yeah. 15th, Mick Schumacher. Haas struggling with pace. We'll do it in order. Albon did get 16th, but we'll do it in order. Kevin Magnussen will go from 16th. Sebastian Vettel will go from 17th. Wouldn't be surprised if they started from the pit lane, changed the components. Yeah, then we'll have 18th, Nicholas Latifi. He may need to change components with a big impact. Then will come Albon with his 3-place grid penalty from Saudi, which is bullshit. And last will be Lance Stroll. But I wouldn't be surprised if Seb, Latifi and Stroll change components. Yeah, it's been a horror weekend for Aston Martin. They've spent more time on the scooter than they have out on track. Join me tomorrow for race reaction. Charles Leclerc with a dominant pole at Albert Park. Yeah, going to be interesting tomorrow. 3 DRS zones, new track layout. Let's see how it goes. Yeah. Charles Leclerc is on fire at the minute.